Boomers, if you wish to create a new future, you can't do that based on the predictability of what has always been. If you look at your past as, which is predictable, it happened, it's a predictable past, and then you use that predictability onto the future, you're not going to grow at all. The brain is wired by past experiences and why most people unconsciously repeat the same emotional patterns. This is research done by Joe Dispenza. Neuroscience and neuroplasticity shows that the brain can be rewired, and there's a study that shows thinking about an experience activates the same brain circuits as actually living it. The brain doesn't know the difference between you're imagining things, so you might as well imagine something you want, and it doesn't know the difference if you're imagining something that you don't want. Compare this to a scratched vinyl record. If you keep playing the same record, your life, your your misery at listening to the scratched record will remain the same. So that means thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, if you keep going over and over something that happened that you are ruminating about, obsessing about, nothing in the future will change. But what if you could lift that needle and play a new song? That's what it's all about. So, the power of the present moment. I was watching some Joe Dispenza teachings this morning, and he talks about how you, he used an example. You have an intention, you put down the intention and write it out, and then you write down everything that is involved with having that happen, but then you elevate your emotions to receive what it is that you are drawing to you through heart harmonization: joy, beauty, love, forgiveness, gratitude. And you do this every day with the thing that you're working with, the thing that you most want to happen. You create elevated emotions surrounding that thing. Now, what you don't want to do is wake up every morning and think about yesterday's problems. And you don't want to, thinking about yesterday's problems triggers the same feelings, leading to the same actions and outcomes. The familiar past, predictable future is what Joe Dispenza talks about, is seemingly what he's talking about more now than he ever has. And the only way to break free is to live in the present moment. The present moment is where the quantum field is. No thing, no where, no place, no me. You get into a state of expansion with or without drugs. That feeling of expansion, although it's better without drugs, that feeling of expansion is what is puts you into a mind field of possibility, new possibilities. Nothing that is based on the past. There is no neuroscientific evidence. Meditation shifts the brain from beta, cortisol, stressed, to alpha and theta, creative, open, suggestible. And this is what we need to enhance every day. So when you wake up in the morning, do not pick up that cell phone. Do not look at the news, and do not ruminate on things that you are afraid of happening during the day. The moment you stop making the same choices, your future is no longer predictable, says Joe Dispenza. So, how do we create a new future? We change your thoughts to change your reality. That morning routine is so important. You wake up, you meditate, or you do some tapping, emotional freedom technique, or you write in your journal, you read some enlightening quotes from somebody that you admire, and then you might wish to enhance visualization techniques that are used by elite athletes and business leaders. Olympic athletes use mental rehearsal to prime their nervous system for success. So, mental rehearsal is even more powerful than actually practicing the thing. That's fascinating to me. Emotions create reality. If you feel gratitude, love, success before it physically arrives, your body begins to believe it's already happening. It's fascinating. We never knew that when we were younger. There are brain imaging studies that show that the brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Quote, real one. So take inspired action. Break down how to align daily actions with the new vision of the future. And you might have to keep reminding yourself of that original intention in the morning, the thing that you most wish to create, and do that mental rehearsal throughout the day. And instead of reacting to old fears, take one step toward the new reality every day, several times a day. So, there are numerous stories of people who have overcome major trauma and reprogrammed their mind for success, including the story of Joe Dispenza's spinal cord injury when he was told he would never walk again unless he had these very major surgeries. So he imagined, he went through a visualization exercise that he created for the healing of the spine. His mind would wander, and his mind would wander. Oh my God, I'm never going to walk again. I had to give up my practice, blah, blah, blah. He brought it back to the present moment, and it might have taken him several hours to complete this visualization technique. But then he noticed that as time went on, he was doing this with more efficiency, and when he could finish the visualization of healing of his spine in less time than he ever had, all of a sudden he started to be able to move his toes, and he was able to sit up, and after a while he was able to walk without major surgery. But that was his story, and I would not be able to tell you that that would work in the same way for you. And then how about somebody who had broken free from limiting beliefs and transformed their career and life? That happens. And an older adult who refused to let age define her future. And boomers and seniors can reinvent themselves, let's face it. And we do so with these techniques that help us grow into a future that will take us to the end of our lives, enjoy gratitude and beauty and love. If you're looking for a new partner, maybe you'll find one with this attitude. This is the attitude that will bring you anything that you want. So step into your future. There are people who step into their future, they break free, they're stepping into their power and embracing change. Change is really the crux of the matter. Most people are so afraid of change that just the whole idea of it turns everything off. So for the next 7 days, catch yourself when you're thinking about the past, and instead replace it with a thought that moves you towards the future that you want. Then watch what happens. Watch for the opportunities, the coincidences, the synchronicities, and watch for the messages that come in that enliven your soul, because it is an inside job. We look out at the world, it's in shatters, basically. Wars everywhere. The government is becoming an autocracy. We can do a little bit of action every day to make us feel like we're contributing to a solution, but do not concentrate on the outer world as being a reality, because it's all an inside job. Come on, it is. There's going to be a video that shows up here. Take a like this video, subscribe, and there'll be a notification bell for the next. Bye-bye.